Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by SoundWeb Studios. Visit online at soundwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, SoundWeb Studios is the answer. SoundWeb Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@soundwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. SonicWeb Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and enjoyed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassie, Forrest Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com on over 40 podcast platforms, heard in over 100 countries, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple Music. Now playing on HamiltonRadio.net, Diamonds FM, Oldies Radio, and a few networks coming soon. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies, baseball gear, and more. Make sure you check us out 24/7 on Amazon.com at the Mike Wagner Show. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also T-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, phone cases, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Check it out today. I'll support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, themikewagnershow.com. You can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com at the Mike Wagner Show. Make sure you do so today. We're here with a terrific gentleman. He's multi-talented actor, producer, director, and a former Power Ranger. He was the Black Ranger and the CEO of Dream Cinema Productions. We'll talk about that. He's performed in over 70 stage plays and actor, director on and off Broadway, and also on the West Coast. He's a 4th degree black belt and more than 7 styles since as a child. Won many awards as actor, producer, and he's also got some upcoming projects. He's also been Bobby, Northern Lights, Hell is for Children, Atomic High, I Alone, 6 Hours, and also he's been in Days of Our Lives, Starship Troopers, and a lot more. And he's got some new movies out there, so we'll talk about that. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios, from somewhere on the road in his nice little studio, the amazing multi-talented actor, producer, director, and former Power Ranger, ladies and gentlemen, the multi-talented Raystar Michaels. Raystar, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, thank you so very much. Thank you.
Oh, it's great to have you on board as well, too. Love the Power Rangers, by the way, too. So we'll talk a bit about that. You're an actor, producer, director, and, of course, former Power Ranger, CEO of Dream Cinema Productions. You performed over 70 stage plays as actor and director on and off Broadway, West Coast, and you're a 4th degree black belt. Has more than 7 styles since as a child and won many awards as actor and producer as well. You also got some upcoming projects like Rings of the Unpromised, Journeyman movie, and In Which Way They Came, also Atomic High. You also have a new one that you're working on as well, too, along with some many others. You've been involved with Bobby, Northern Lights, Hell is for Children, and more. You're in Days of Our Lives and a bit on Starship Troopers. And before getting all that, Raystar, tell us how I first got started.
Tell you what, I'm sorry, what was that?
Tell us how you first got started.
Oh, all right. All right. So my whole name is Raystar Michaels Quiroga, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I started as a kid actor because my whole family's been involved in films and studios and television and all that. So I was raised around it. And since I was a kid, I started doing a lot of plays and a lot of commercials and things like that. And I kind of grew up around it.
Mm-hmm.
And just done it all my life, you know. And I always like telling stories and bringing things to life and communicating with people, you know. So that's how I got started. Ever since I was a kid.
That's really interesting. And what was that one precise moment that simply influenced what you're doing for the rest of your career?
You know, my dad was an aviator. He was a fighter pilot and engineer of airplanes, and then I grew up around that. But the rest of all my family was involved in films and television, and I did a lot of plays. And when I used to love a lot of sci-fi and space adventures, and when I was a kid, and then when I saw Star Wars, I said, oh my God, I got it. My dad's an aviator, and they got these space adventures and there's movies. You tell stories. I got to do that. And then as a kid, I started, and so I started doing that. I got involved in all that, and it just and I just as a kid. I mean, I was about 5, 6 years old, and I was already doing that. So
Oh my gosh.
all my life, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And certainly amazing as well too. And who is your favorite Star Wars character?
You know, I love all that. I love them all. I love all that stuff. I love the bad guys, the good guys, the Darth Mauls, the Sith, the Jedi. I love everything. You know, so I can't really. I mean, I like robots. So I love the R2D2, the C3PO, all those things. I really love the robots. So I guess it's the robots. You know.
Yeah, I just love a little R2D2, actual little smart ass at times too. And of course, you got those fighters as well too, like Roger and all that. So
yeah, I like the robot stuff. Anything with robots, you know.
It's so amazing as well too. I could tell you some robot stories like another time too. And you know, besides Star Wars, who's some of your favorite actors, actresses, also movies, and also producers growing up?
Well, I mean, actors. I love. I love good actors that like I grew up. I mean, I loved watching John Malkovich. He was one of my favorites. Ewan McGregor. I mean, those are the ones that I started liking a lot. Then I grew up and I started doing movies as an actor. I made movies with Mark Hamill. So then I started liking Mark Hamill because I made a couple of movies with him. So he became my friend, and I loved, you know. Then I started liking that character in Star Wars because of him. And I made other movies with other stars that I started liking. But I mean, you know, actors like that, Ewan McGregor, producers and directors are like I love George Lucas, Spielberg. I mean, I love the work they do. I like some sci-fi films, horror films too. But mostly star, you know, mid dark ages, like Knights and Kings, or things that have space, you know, adventures, things like that. I like all that kind of stuff.
Huh, that's really interesting as well too. And you also a 4th degree black belt with more than 7 styles. You started as a kid. You won many awards as well too. And tell us about that and how'd you got involved with it.
Well, I'm a 5th degree now. I mean, I started when I was a kid. My family put me in martial arts when I was like 5 years old, and then I liked it, and I continued doing it all my life. And it becomes a way of life. It's not just like a sport. It becomes something you do all your life. So I grew up with it, and I keep on doing it. I never stop. I was going to be state champion 2 years ago, but then there's a lot of political things with points and all that, and so you know, it's just hard to get into the black belt magazines and all that because of that. Mm-hmm. But you know, I do it all the time, and I'm in a black belt class and a team, and you know, I'm a black belt 5th degree now, so it's just a way of life. It's mental and spiritual and physical, and it's really good stuff. I would, if I had a kid, I put him in it. Any kid, I put in martial arts. It's very, very focused, you know.
That's really amazing as well too. It makes me think of the Karate Kid as well too. You know, especially on networks, Cobra Kai and all that. So it makes me think of it.
Yeah, of course. A lot of fun. That's really fun stuff. I like martial arts too.
Mm-hmm. And certainly it's fun as well too. You also apply that to being a Power Ranger. We'll talk about that just a minute along with your amazing career. But first, listen to the Mike Widener Show at the MikeWidenerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention Mike Widener Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Widener Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews, and Eve Levin enjoys by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassie, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Girls Missing by Mia Molson-Zia available on Amazon. Also, check out The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, or for 40 podcast platforms, heard in over 100 countries. Also on hamiltonradio.net, Diamonds FM, Oldies Radio, and more. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out The Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/MiaMelsensia for great books, merchandise, and more. Also support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, themikewagnershow.com. You can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com at the Mike Wagner Show. Make sure you do so today. You're here with the multi-talented actor, producer, director, and former Power Ranger, Ray Michaels Quiroga, best known as Raystar Michaels, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And tell us more about the Power Rangers and how you got involved.
Well, that was when I was I was in the fourth. They have like seasons, and there was the fourth season, Power Rangers, the Mega Force, and then I was a martial artist, and I've been doing a lot of commercials and stage plays and the TV shows and everything. And then when I was doing one of the stage plays, one of the casting people came over and saw me in one of the plays here in LA, and then we did a lot of physical stuff, and they came and asked me, "Do you know martial arts?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm a black belt." At that time, I was a black belt 3rd degree. And they said, "Absolutely, come do an audition." So they took me to the Saban Studios right there by Magic Mountain. And then so I did that, and then they said, "Oh my God, you can be the Black and White Ranger on Mega Force." So I got involved with that and ended up doing that for a while. And yeah, it was on Mega Force, the Black and White Ranger.
Well, I think we lost the video on that one. Okay, there you go.
Right here.
No, we're still with you. That's good. So so of course, being a Power Ranger as well too, you also been involved in other projects like Bobby, Northern Lights, Hell is for Children, Atomic High, which you got coming up. You got I Alone, 6 Hours, Night Mistress, which is also another one. You also been in Days of Our Lives and Starship Troopers. And tell us more about those.
Well, I'll tell you one that's out. I got about 5-6 films out on Netflix right now. They were produced by my company, and I'm the producer. I'm an actor, and I got one called Mansion of Blood with Gary Busey, Robert Picardo, Callista Carradine, Pamela Hasselhoff, and that was a fun movie. It's out on Netflix right now, and worldwide. There's another one called Everyday Miracles with Gary Cole and Zoe Perry, and that one's about a young man that can raise the dead, but only the animals, not humans. So there's a lot of controversy.
Wow.
The Mansion of Blood was about classic monsters like Universal, like the mummies, vampires, all that. So that's a lot of fun too. We have those out. We have one called Unknowns that's out as well. We just did one called Night Mistress, which is coming out pretty soon. We're doing a video game right now for Sony, and then it's finishing the movie, so we can have red carpets, events. It's going to come out theatrically, and we're doing that. And then right now we're preparing another film. It's called A Death House, The Haunting Begins, and that one's it's pretty big. It's a really big budget movie, and it's a sci-fi horror. And we're going to shoot that in Nevada in a haunted town called Caliente. And we have everything set up already. We're just in right now. We're in contract negotiations right here with several stars like Mark Hamill. He's my friend, so we got Mark Hamill. We're with talking to Doug Jones, Lee Aron. Doug Jones, who did he got an Oscar for the Dark Shade of Water. We got Lee Arenberg from Pirates of the Caribbean. We're negotiating and talking with Paula Abdul for the female lead. So yeah, Doug Jones, Mark Hamill, Paula Abdul, Lee Arenberg, and possibly if we could get Woody Harrelson, that we got some kind of talk with him, So
that's really interesting. You mentioned Paula Abdul. She's been out of the limelight for a while, making a comeback. And Woody Harrelson, boy, it's just like, what happened to him? He was just so amazing. It's like you're people bringing back out from the dead, literally.
Yeah. I mean, these guys have a huge following. They're good actors. They're good performers. They just, sometimes they get caught in other things and other projects they're doing, and then they come back and do movies, and then they do other things, projects. So. Yeah, but they're there. They're doing their thing. Paula Abdul is very active, very active in television and American Idol and all that stuff that she does, and she has a huge following. And Woody Harrelson's doing a lot of movies and little things here and there, but now he's doing bigger movies again. So he's a good person to have. These are very talented people. Mark Hamill, of course, is Star Wars. That's big, and Lee Arenberg from Pirates of the Caribbean was a big deal, and of course Mark Hamill. you know. So I think it'll be a fun cast. And that's just the main stars, and we have another 27 roles that we're casting that are in the movie as well.
Okay.
So it should be a fun one.
And are you currently looking for people to fill those roles as we speak right now?
Yeah, we haven't cast those roles. I mean, we have a million people want to be in it, but we're going to audition. We're going to have auditions and cast people from look at people for all those roles. Yes, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
And then how does one submit to be considered?
Well, you can either submit to this email starbase20@aol.com. For Dream Cinema Productions, you got to put attention, co-producer Judy Carmen or Raystar Michaels, and then or you can go on Facebook and put Raystar Michaels and add me on, and we can talk through there. Instagram as well. But the email you can send to starbase20@aol.com, and they can submit there if they want to be considered. We're going to be auditioning for this movie pretty soon because we already got all the monies are locked in, the banks are ready. The locations, the SAG union, it's a union film, so all the SAG paperwork is being finished. So it's basically just little things that we're doing here and there, and getting the locations ready and all that. And then we'll start auditions and get this process going. It's a big movie. It's a $10 million movie, so it's pretty good. Distribution is going to be through Glass House or Lionsgate. We're debating right now because the investors like Lionsgate. I got a personal relationship with Glass House, so but usually either one is really good, for the domestic. It'll be good. It'll be a good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds like you guys pretty much have a big deal as well too. And you talked about being a CEO of Dream Cinema Productions. And how'd you first get started with the company?
Well, I've been an actor for a long time since I was a kid, right? And I've done over 90 plays in my life. I mean, I was on Broadway, off Broadway, West Coast, the Groundlings, Shakespeare companies. Then I was doing television commercials and shows and movies. Then after a while, I started realizing that all these people are making money and they control my destiny and my future. So I opened up a film company about 20 years ago and started producing our own thing. So now we have a production company and we make movies, we produce them, we get the distributors, and and it started like that. Now it's a big film company. We have a lot of projects. We have about 40, 50 projects lined up.
Wow.
With money, bigger ones. I mean, we got big ones. We got $40 million projects, 50 million. So that's going to happen next. But it's taking time. It's not something that happens overnight. It's taking years and experience and training and tenacity and persistence and fails and getting back up, falling, getting back up, all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but now, I mean, it's pretty smooth running machine because it's been around so long, and we've done so much stuff that a lot of people know it. And when we were all over the place, we're on Google, where you can put Dream Cinema, it's everywhere. And so that's how it gets to be that way.
Mm-hmm. And also, what are some of the most interesting stories you've been involved in when it comes to Broadway, off-Broadway plays, TV shows? Like, what's some of the most interesting stories you've been involved in? Maybe like one of the more funnier moments that just simply say, "What the heck?"
I like doing these stage plays. Like we did several of them in the LA Theater Center with the BFA Theater Company, and they would do 14th, 15th century plays with kings and knights and sword fighting, and we'd have to learn like Aramaic and foreign languages.
Oh, wow.
Languages that they spoke on, in medieval times, and that was really challenging. I thought speaking Shakespeare and doing a Shakespeare play was tough until I started doing these plays that were, in different languages, Aramaic and foreign Castilian, languages and stuff, and they're and then you have sword fighting, and you have the period and the clothing, and you have to transform that 2 hours of time back into you cross the dimensions of time with these things, right? Because you're speaking the language, you're dressing the same way, you're doing the same gestures, so you break time barriers. It's really interesting, these particular plays. And then I've done films and things that you also do, period pieces like that, and it's really a lot of work and very historically teaches you a lot of historical stuff, and that becomes very interesting, right? And kind of a challenge. I love it.
It makes me think of the Renaissance Fair that we go to and all that. And especially you got the wenches over there. He goes, "Here you go, knave," and just throw food at you. The fights and everything else. You know what? That's one of my son's dids. Like they always want to go to Renaissance Fair, getting a knight's arm and all that. I gotta say this. My favorite part is like the kings, and plus also like the swords fights. And yes, it was the joust as well too. And of course you got the food you ate with your hands. So
Yeah, when we do the stage plays, I'm the one who I act in them, but I'm the one who directs all the stage fights. I've had sword fights on stage with like 50 people flying around with swords and knives and flying and killing and hitting, and oh, it's really crazy. It's really organized, and it's very planned out. You have to be very careful, but it looks spectacular, you know. And then during the Shakespeare plays with the sword fighting and the rapiers and the daggers and the foils, it's just they go by fast. It's 2 hours of exciting time, and it's actually like a history lesson. People learn, you know, things they would never see anywhere else, right? In an actual, like, instead of reading the book, you actually looking at the live stage play.
that's
So,
really that's really interesting. And speaking of Shakespeare, what was your favorite Shakespeare play?
well, I mean, I've done Taming of the Shrew, and I've been in King Lear and Othello, and I liked Othello um, because in Othello I played Prince Caspian, and then we had sword fights and the language, and like one of the lines they had to say was "By my troth, the fool has an excellent breast," and people go, if they don't speak Shakespeare, well, what does that mean? It means, by my word, the fool has a beautiful voice. The court gesture has a beautiful voice. But you say, by my troth, the fool has an excellent breast. And it's the court gesture has a beautiful singing voice, by my word. You see, so then you start learning this language, and it's interesting because you go, man, I'm getting literate. This is great. I'm speaking of an ancient language. I love it. You start talking to people in normal life like that. They go, what did you say? What did you say? What are you talking about? Oh, it's just Shakespeare.
Or the like what?
I know. They're like, huh? Uh-huh. So, but, it's good conversation piece at parties and stuff. And, they start wanting you to teach them stuff like that. And they want to learn how to talk like that. It's really exciting. I have fun with it. I have
I
fun with
think
everything.
I think that should be your next project in your Dream Cinema Productions, a film
Yeah.
exclusively in Shakespeare, especially in horror. I think that's a really good one for you.
Hey, that's a good idea. A horror Shakespearean film done in the Shakespeare times, but a horror sci-fi, right?
Yes, exactly.
That's a good idea.
I killeth Romeo and Juliet.
I love that. That's a great idea. A Shakespearean sci-fi horror in the Shakespearean language.
Ooh.
Cool, man. You got something there. You created something right now. Wow, that gave me an idea for real. I love it.
I think we're coming up with some great ideas right there. And if you do happen to execute, I don't need to take the credit. I'll let you have it on that one.
I love it. That's a great idea. Never thought about that.
Yes, it is. And speaking of great ideas, what's coming up for Ray Michaels Quiroga, or best known as Raystar Michaels? We'll find out just 1 minute. You listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson's The Missing, available on Amazon paperback and ebook. We'll be back with the amazing, multi-talented Raystar Michaels after this time out. We're back with the amazing, multi-talented actor, producer, director, and former Power Ranger, Ray Michaels Quiroga, best known as Raystar Michaels, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And Ray, we covered a lot of ground there. You got your Death Realm, Where the Hunting Begins, coming up, along with your many other projects. What else can we expect from you in 2022 and beyond, Ray?
Well, we're going to be doing this next movie pretty soon. Death Realm, The Hunting Begins, and then after that, we have a slate of films. We have one called The Last Cobblist of Lisbon, which is oh, what happened? Which is hold on. What happened there? What happened? I got you.
I can see you. I can see you. Keep talking.
Okay, which is the slaughter of the Jews. It's a story of the slaughter of the Jews in the 14th century in Portugal, and it's before the Holocaust. This happened in the 14th century, and it's a story about it. Nobody knows about this, and it's a world best-selling book by Zimmer. And it happened in Portugal, and we're going to do that. That's a big budget movie. And then after that, we have another one called Under the Shadows, which is a World War II film about the Flying Tigers, and a whole slate of other things coming up. But probably Death from the Hunting Begins, and then we'll go do The Last Cobblist of Lisbon.
We're certainly looking forward to it. You got a great lineup ahead. And I'm certainly looking forward to it, Ray. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
My biggest influence,
Hmm.
you know, I look up to people who have the heart of a lion, the spirit of an angel, and the skin of a rhino, like Lucas, Spielberg. These guys have taken a beating, and they still get up and they move forward. Look where they are today. And then I looked up to my father a lot. He was an aviator and a businessman, and he took a lot of beating. He would get up and keep on going, and he became very successful. So I admire people that move forward with their ideas and their creativity and change the world, and don't let negativity or anything like that hold them down. And I've seen a lot of people like that in my life, especially like George Lucas. He went through a lot, and I'm very, very impressed. And those are the kind of guys that kind of guided me and what I wanted and made me push forward, right?
Hmm. And certainly
Yeah.
amazing as well, too. Very amazing, Ray. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
If you're an actor, a singer, a dancer, a director, a producer, a writer, an artist, a comic book writer, you got to focus on what you do, and don't let negativity of people stop you and knock you down, because human beings have this tendency, not a lot of them, but not all of them, but a lot of human beings have this tendency of, they want you to do good, but they don't want you to do better than them. So if you have a talent that you can get out there, they see it. For some reason, there's this human jealousy that instead of working with you and learning and growing, they want to destroy. And I've been through that a lot, and I've seen that a lot. But you learn to, push that aside and move forward and do your stuff, and don't let negative stuff or people stop you from what you got to do, because you never know who's going to be the next person who's going to bring some kind of either art or technology and change humanity for the better, right?
Hmm.
There's this thing about the world's worst failures, and it was Oprah Winfrey and Walt Disney and Steve Jobs and all these guys that were knocked down, and they grew up and blew up, and look at how successful they became by not letting people put them down, right?
Hmm.
They told Einstein that he was dumb and stupid. He shouldn't go to school, right?
Hmm.
They told Oprah she never accomplished anything. Look at her in her TV show and her empire. Walt Disney, they told him you can't draw. They threw him out of art school, right? So, you know, don't take advice from people who have not done what you're trying to do, and they haven't gotten there, but yet they're trying to tell you how to do things. Go to people who have done it and are above you, and learn from that and see how they did it, right?
Hmm. Exactly. Yeah. And that made me think of Michael Jordan as well, too. He got cut in
Michael
his
Jordan,
junior year in high school and look,
yeah,
became the greatest NBA player in the world. I'm
yeah.
sure
They
that's
told
up
him
for debate. I still
they told him,
consider the best player in the world.
there is. They told him he couldn't play basketball, go do something else. Look at him, right?
Exactly. And that coach that told him that is probably out of a job, or he's probably kicking himself in the rear
Yeah,
end so many times,
I
like
know.
cartoons. Boom, boom, boom.
That's right. That's right. I saw a thing the other day about this. I was shocked. All these people that are super successful, and they were being knocked down all the way up, you know?
Hmm.
So that's right. That's what you do. You got to be
Exactly.
strong.
Exactly. Yeah, that's one of them as well too. We're here with Ray Michaels, Quiroga, best known as Raystar Michaels, former Power Ranger, actor, producer, director, also upcoming Death Realm When the Hunting Begins here on the Mike Wagner Show. Ray, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Learned a lot from you, and looking forward to hearing you soon. Make sure you keep us up to date, keep in touch. Love to have you back. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, what's your website, how do people contact, where people purchase or check out your works.
That's right. Well, just go to Facebook and put Raystar Michaels, or go look at Google, and you can see all our company all over the place. Or go to Instagram and put Raystar Michaels, or Starbase20 at AOL.com, and just go to Facebook and make friends, and you're going to see all the stuff posted there for now. And that's how they can get in contact with us. So they're going to see everything that's going on. Yeah.
We certainly would do so. Once again, Raystar, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to having you soon. Make sure you keep us up to date, keep in touch. Love to have you back. We wish you all best, and you definitely have a great future ahead of you.
Thank you so much. This is a fantastic show. You are an excellent host. And I want to thank Ginny Starr, who's one of my co-producers on my company, for allowing me to come here with you and have this fun time.